on one hand, yeah, maybe there's some tightening there. But on the other hand, the immediate short-term impact is that rates have went down. We were pressing over 7 right when the bank failed. Like that,
Yep.
literally, that was the week where people started talking about a 6% federal funds rate
I
right there.
remember. The
So
the 6% funds rate was born on Monday and dead on Friday. I
yeah,
remember.
yeah, Logan's thing about
Logan's, yeah.
that was funny. And so the biggest impact that it's had in the short term is that rates have come down. We're at low.
Yeah.
We have literally went down a full percentage point since that Thursday and Friday when the banks went
Yeah.
down, which is incredible. And so there's that. I think if the only other impact there could be, which is well, obviously, if things deteriorate more and we go into recession, there's impacts there, uh,
Sure.
positive and negative, headwinds and tailwinds. But the other thing is, we're in an interesting period where the financial conditions are still tight right now, but the economy is still strong. If the economy were to weaken significantly and employment were to roll over, in theory, financial conditions would weaken, right? Even
Exactly. Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
But there's the possibility that while things are still tight, if regionally some markets rolled over before the national market rolled over, they could get in that in between period where they have a rolled over economy, employment, and the financial conditions, mortgage rates are still high. So that's kind of already what's happened, like in places like Seattle a little bit, in places like San
Correct.
Francisco a little bit,
Correct. Oh, for
where
sure.
their employments have been affected while financial conditions are still tight. So I think that in between period, if some markets were to fall over there, that could be an impact. But the biggest thing is we're at the spring selling season, supply is tight, and financial conditions just loosened a little bit.
Just
So
loosened a little bit. They're down a point.
yeah, we had not really went to 7 very long. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people had probably been locked at lower rates than
It's
that. But
all psychology. Again, we're getting back, like you said just a minute ago, we're going to be back to a period where we're going to talk about a 30-year rate is down year on year very
yeah,
soon.
yeah. Well, in theory, yeah.
In
It's all
theory. Well, I mean, mathematically it's going to happen, but it will be interesting to see. And again, I think the mortgage rate shock is done. I think we're trending lower on rates going forward. Um, and the real problem, we'll talk a lot about this in the second video, is the spring selling season, the supply's not coming. It's just not coming. And if you bifurcate the market between below and above the median, it's even worse for the entry level home buyer. So I'm hearing day after day, as I'm sure you are, bidding wars are back, offer review dates are back, escalation clauses are back. Now, this is very, very, very much entry level housing. But if that's where you're buying, it might be rougher today than it was last year, which is saying something.
yeah. It's an interesting market for sure.
Yeah. To me, it's all about supply. I think a lot of folks assume supply would go up. And as you know, that's not been something I've believed for quite some time. And I think this spring selling season, and unfortunately the next, disappoint on the supply side. But again, Lance, you are all things housing. You are in it deep every day, every week, every month. Where can people follow you?
Yeah, they can follow me at News Lambert, or they can Google Lance Lambert Fortune and find my articles there.
Folks, and on the daily financial news, I quote his statistics 3 or 4 days a week. This is the young man that gives me the data. He's the guy to follow on Twitter at News Lambert, so you can get the data first. Thanks, buddy.